They know exactly what to say, who to pretend to be, and how to earn your trust. Every year, scammers steal billions from seniors, not because they're careless, but because these criminals are smart, patient, and cruel. In this video, we break down how scammers target older adults and the one step you absolutely must take to protect yourself before it's too late. He said he was from Medicare. He sounded official, kind. He knew my name, my address. He even knew my birthday. He said there'd been a problem with my file and that he needed to verify a few things. I answered his questions. I thanked him for helping me. I didn't know until weeks later I'd been scammed. If this story feels familiar, you're not alone. Every year, scammers steal billions of dollars from older adults across the country. Not because seniors are careless, not because they're gullible, but because these criminals are smart, strategic, and terrifyingly good at what they do. They pretend to be people you trust, your bank, your insurance provider, your grandchild in trouble. They don't just guess, they research. They know how to sound urgent but calm. They know how to make you doubt yourself. And they count on one thing, that you'll feel too embarrassed to ask for help until it's too late. Seniors are the one target for fraud, not because they're weak, but because scammers understand where the system fails. They know many older adults live alone. They know you're used to answering the phone when it rings. And they know that politeness, trust, and routine can be used against you. This video isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to prepare you. We're going to walk through how these scams work, step by step. We'll talk about why even the sharpest minds fall for them, the emotional aftermath of being tricked, and most importantly, the one habit that can change everything. The single most important step you must take to protect yourself. Because you deserve to feel safe, you deserve to stay in control, and you deserve to outsmart the people who think they can take advantage of you. It starts with a phone call, an email, or even a friendly message online. The voice is calm, helpful, convincing. They might say they're with Medicare and there's been an issue with your file. They ask you to confirm your number, maybe your social security info, your date of birth. It seems routine until weeks later, you realize your identity has been stolen and your medical benefits compromised. This is Medicare fraud, and it's one of the most common and devastating scams targeting seniors today. Scammers know how to sound legitimate. They may even have partial information that makes them seem trustworthy. But the moment they ask for your Medicare number, hang up. No real Medicare representative will ever call and ask for your personal information over the phone. Then there's the grandparent scam. You answer the phone and hear a panicked voice. "Grandma, it's me, I'm in trouble, I need money, but please don't tell mom or dad." Your heart drops, you want to help, but the truth is, that wasn't your grandchild. It was a scammer counting on your love and fear to override your caution. These calls often happen late at night when you're tired and disoriented. They prey on urgency, emotion, and trust. Tech support scams are another growing threat. You're online and suddenly a pop-up appears warning you your computer is infected, or you get a call from someone claiming to be from Microsoft or Apple, saying your device is compromised. They ask for remote access or a small fee to fix it. In reality, there's no virus, but by the time the call ends, they may have full control over your device or access to your financial accounts. Sweepstakes and lottery scams offer false hope wrapped in big promises. You've won, they say. All you need to do is send a small processing fee. The excitement is real. You imagine finally having enough to share with your grandkids, to fix the house, to breathe easier. But these are illusions designed to drain you of what little you have. Real sweepstakes never ask for payment to receive a prize. And then there are the romance scams. These might be the cruelest of all. Someone meets you through social media, a dating site, or even a community forum. They seem kind, they listen, they say all the right things. Over time, they build a relationship, one that feels deeply real. Then come the requests. A medical emergency, a travel issue, a business investment. Bit by bit, your savings slip away. But worse than the money is the betrayal, the heartbreak of realizing none of it was real. These scams are designed to be believable. That's what makes them so dangerous. They prey on connection, emotion, and trust. They aren't obvious. They're calculated. You are not foolish if you've fallen for one. You are not alone. You are targeted because you care, because you trust, because you're human. But knowledge is power, and the more we shine a light on these tactics, the stronger we all become. There's a painful myth that gets repeated when seniors are scammed, that it only happens to people who should have known better. But that's not just wrong, it's cruel. Scammers don't target older adults because they're not smart. They target them because they understand how people work. They exploit trust, kindness, and the quiet vulnerabilities that often come with aging, not because something is wrong with you, but because they know exactly how to manipulate the system. Many seniors were raised in a time when answering the phone was polite, when trusting a stranger wasn't dangerous, and when people spoke with respect, even if they didn't know you. That trusting nature, that warmth, is something to be proud of. But to a scammer, it's an open door. Scammers count on the fact that many older adults still pick up the phone. They know you're less likely to hang up on someone who seems kind. They use a calm voice, a believable story, and just enough real information to make it sound official. Then they strike, with urgency, with fear, or with flattery. They say things like, "Your account is at risk and you need to act now," or "I'm calling from Medicare and we found a billing issue," or "I love talking to you. You remind me of my mother." These aren't just words, they're emotional tools designed to make you feel something quickly before your logic has a chance to catch up. Isolation makes this even harder. So many seniors live alone, and for some, the phone ringing may be the only human voice they hear all day. When someone reaches out with warmth or concern, it doesn't just feel like a call, it feels like a connection. And that's exactly what scammers want. The internet and technology have also added new layers of confusion. Not everyone grew up learning how to detect fake emails or protect passwords, and when a pop-up warns you about a virus or a call says your account has been compromised, it's natural to feel scared. You want to fix it, to protect yourself. And that's what scammers are counting on. They don't go after you because you're weak. They go after you because they know what works. They go after your instincts, your instinct to help, to believe, to do the right thing. These are the very same instincts that built families, carried careers, and shaped lives. So if you've ever felt embarrassed after being tricked, please hear this. It's not your fault. You weren't foolish. You were targeted because you are the kind of person who listens, who cares, who wants to do what's right. The answer isn't shame. The answer is awareness. The more we understand how scammers work, the less power they have. And with each conversation, with each story shared, we get stronger and harder to fool. No one talks enough about what happens after the scam. Not just the money lost, but the weight that settles in afterward. The shame, the silence, the deep, unsettling feeling that somehow this is your fault. Many seniors never tell anyone they've been scammed. Not their children, not their doctor, not their closest friends. They carry the loss quietly because the guilt feels too heavy to name. The questions swirl in your mind. How could I have fallen for that? Why didn't I catch it sooner? What will they think of me if I tell them? But the truth is, scammers are professionals. You are not to blame, and still, the emotional toll can be devastating. After a scam, many people begin to doubt themselves. You question your decisions, your memory, your ability to trust others. Things you once did without hesitation, answering the phone, opening the mail, logging into your bank, suddenly come with anxiety. The world, once familiar, starts to feel uncertain. You might stop answering calls altogether, or stop using your computer, or even avoid people, afraid they might judge you if they knew. Some retreat completely, losing the confidence to manage daily tasks they've done all their lives. A scam doesn't just take money, it can take your independence, your sense of safety, and your trust in yourself. It's also deeply isolating. When you feel embarrassed or afraid to talk about what happened, you end up alone with your fear. And that loneliness, it can lead to depression, stress, and a decline in mental health. For those already coping with grief, illness, or life changes, a scam can be the thing that pushes you deeper into emotional withdrawal. And then there's the financial side. Many seniors are living on fixed incomes. There's no big paycheck coming next month, no safety net to bounce back on. When a scammer drains your savings or tricks you out of thousands, it's not just a temporary setback. It can be the loss of your grocery money, your rent, your medical care. For some, there is no recovering. The financial damage lingers for years, if not forever. And through all of it, the hardest part is often silence. So many suffer quietly because they're afraid of being judged. But the truth is, you are not alone. This happens to millions of people each year, and not because they were foolish, but because the scam was built to deceive. What you're feeling now, whether it's sadness, fear, anger, or confusion, it's valid, and it deserves to be heard. Scammers rely on silence. They rely on shame. But when we speak up, when we share what happened, we take their power away. You are still the same strong, capable person you were before it happened. And you still deserve support, understanding, and a way forward. Because what you lost doesn't define you. How you heal, that's what matters now. After everything we've talked about, the scams, the tactics, the emotional aftermath, there's one simple thing that can make all the difference. One habit that can turn the tables. One step that could stop a scam in its tracks. It's not high tech, it doesn't cost a thing, but it may be the most powerful protection you have. Pause and verify. That's it. Before you answer a request, before you send money, before you click a link, share your information, or trust a voice on the phone, stop, breathe, then check. Not with the person who called, not with the email that showed up in your inbox, but with someone you trust, or with the real number listed on the company's website, or with your bank's direct line, the one printed on the back of your card. Scammers rely on speed. They need you to act before you think. That's why their messages sound urgent. Your account is in danger. Your loved one is in trouble. You've won, but only if you act now. They create pressure because they know panic clouds judgment. But when you pause, even for a minute, you break their control. Let the phone ring. Let the email wait. Let the pop-ups sit there untouched, because nothing legitimate will ever demand that you act immediately or in secret. Real companies don't threaten you with jail time or force you to pay with gift cards. Medicare doesn't call and ask for your number. Your grandson will never ask you to wire money without talking to his parents first. When something feels off, listen to that feeling. Scammers want you to ignore your gut. Don't. Ask yourself, does this make sense? Would this person really contact me this way? Why would they need this information? And then, before you take action, verify it. Call a trusted friend, your child, your bank, or the real customer service line. You are never too old to ask questions, and you are never a bother for wanting to be sure. If something's real, it will still be real after you've checked it out. If it's fake, pausing could save you thousands of dollars and a world of regret. This habit doesn't just protect your finances, it protects your peace of mind. It gives you back control. It turns the moment of pressure into a moment of power. Building a pause and verify habit isn't about becoming suspicious of everything. It's about honoring your instincts, guarding your trust, and giving yourself the space to decide from a place of clarity, not fear. You've spent a lifetime making smart decisions. This is just one more. So let that phone ring. Let that email sit. Let the pressure pass. You don't owe anyone an instant response, but you do owe it to yourself to stay safe. Because when you slow down, you stay strong. And strong is exactly what scammers hope you'll forget to be. Knowing how scams work is one thing, but building real protection into your daily life means taking action. And it doesn't have to be complicated. There are simple, practical steps you can take today that help create a layer of defense between you and the people who want to steal from you. Start by registering your phone number with the National Do Not Call Registry. It won't stop all scam calls, but it cuts down on legitimate telemarketing and makes it easier to spot the ones that are suspicious. If you get a call from someone saying they're from the IRS or Medicare or your utility company and your number is on the do not call list, you'll know they're not following the rules, and that's your first red flag. Next, use the tools that are already available to you. Most phone carriers now offer free or low-cost call blocking services. Some smartphones even allow you to silence unknown numbers automatically. On your email, enable spam filters and be cautious about clicking on links, even if they look like they're from someone you know. When in doubt, call the person directly. A scam email can look nearly identical to the real thing. When it comes to your online safety, make your passwords strong. Don't use birthdays, names, or the word password. Use a combination of letters, numbers, and symbols. Write them down if you need to, and keep that list somewhere safe, not in your wallet or on your computer screen. And never do your banking or check private emails while using public Wi-Fi, like at a cafe or airport. These networks can be easily exploited by scammers who are looking for access points. One of the best ways to stay safe isn't digital at all, it's personal. Keep a short, trusted contact list handy. A son, a daughter, a neighbor, a friend. Someone you can call to say, "Hey, I just got this strange message. What do you think?" Sometimes all it takes is another voice to help you slow down, see clearly, and make the right decision. You don't have to figure it all out on your own. You just have to know who to ask. Finally, make it a habit to review your bank and credit card statements every month. If something doesn't look right, even a small charge you don't recognize, call your bank right away. Many scammers start with tiny amounts just to test the waters. Catching it early can prevent a much larger problem. These steps may seem small, but together they build a wall of protection, one that says, "I see you coming, and you won't get through here." Scammers succeed when people feel alone, rushed, or unaware. But when you stay informed, connected, and proactive, you take back control. You deserve to feel safe. You deserve to keep what you've worked so hard to build. And you deserve to know that with each step you take, you're making it that much harder for anyone to take advantage of you again. Because protection isn't just about tools, it's about empowerment. And that starts right now with you. Being targeted by a scam isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign that someone tried to take advantage of your trust. And trust isn't something to be ashamed of. It means you believe in the good in people. It means you've lived a life built on connection, respect, and honesty. Those are not flaws, they're strengths. And the fact that someone tried to exploit them doesn't mean you failed. It means they did. Yes, the world has changed. Yes, scammers are more sophisticated. But that doesn't mean you have to hide away from it. You can still live freely, you can still be online, you can still connect with the people you love and use the tools that make life easier. You just need a bit more awareness and intention, because your safety is worth the extra step. You have nothing to prove to anyone, but you do have something to protect: your peace of mind, your dignity, and your future. That protection doesn't come from fear. It comes from knowledge, from habits, from slowing down just long enough to verify before you act. And when you do that, when you pause, when you double check, when you trust your instincts, you're not just avoiding scams, you're reclaiming power. You're choosing to live wisely on your own terms. The scammers don't want you to feel confident. They want you to feel isolated, unsure, rushed. But you're none of those things. You are thoughtful. You are experienced. You are stronger than they'll ever give you credit for. The world may have changed, but your wisdom is still your greatest defense. So stay alert, stay proud, and always, always pause before you act. Because you've come too far, worked too hard, and built too much to let anyone take it away. You're not alone. You're not naive. You're not powerless. You are prepared, and that changes everything. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this video helped you feel more informed, more confident, or a little less alone, please consider liking, sharing, or leaving a comment. You never know who else might need to hear what you just heard. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Elderly Truths for more honest conversations about aging, safety, dignity, and living with wisdom in a changing world. Remember, Being cautious doesn't mean living in fear. It means living with strength, awareness, and intention. You're not just protecting your money, you're protecting your peace of mind. Until next time, take care of yourself and take care of each other.